Christian Horner believes that a Formula One calendar of 24 races is just on the limit of what is possible during a year. F1 should confirm a 24 races calendar for 2023, a record season that will see the return of the Chinese Grand Prix, as well as races in Las Vegas, Qatar and perhaps South Africa. However, the F1 rapid expansion calendar is increasingly breaking from the teams which, despite the attempted rotation of the operational staff between the races, are increasingly difficult to give their crews enough time, travel and race stop. A 24 races calendar means that almost 50% of weekends in 2023 will have an F1 race, which means that many back and triple are necessary to maintain the calendar between March and December, as well as the inclusion of a compulsory summer stop. With the 2023 calendar, which includes 20% more prices more than the calendar of 10 years ago, Horner was invited to know if such an exhausting calendar is the right direction for sport to walk. When you talk about 24 weekends out of 52 over a year, it seems too much, he told Sky F1. But when you look at the sitting sites, you think, okay, I would certainly spend an additional weekend for Vegas. If South Africa was on the calendar, I would certainly have an additional weekend for that too. China could come back. It is such an important market, and I think they work hard to make weekends shorter and more operational on teams and itinerant staff. He will need this combination, but it's just on the limit. What changes on the calendar F1 2023? The F1 2023 calendar has not yet been formally approved. Several current breeds currently in negotiations on their future. This includes the Monaco Grand Prix, whose contract with F1 ended after the race in 2022. Its future has never been as uncertain as it is right, F1 seeming to play hardball on the accommodation of the race in opening discussions with nearby in a race. The Great Belgians and the Big French also have an uncertain future, their contracts expiring after the 2022 editions. After the introduction of the Miami Grand Prix this year, F1 will go west for the first Las Vegas Grand Prix next year, which means that 3 American races are expected on the schedule for next year. Kyalami in South Africa should also be added to the calendar for the first time since